Yep, here we go again. Shit, I'm on my shit today. I'm on some bullshit. Got a second video on one day? Shit, nigga, I guess I'm working. I'm feeling it today, though. I'm feeling it. So welcome back. Welcome, motherfuckers. If this is your first time, Lace Free here. As you can see, a little more animated. Because I was now I'm on some bullshit here. All right, so if this is the first time, say you're welcome. We do curse. Obviously, I was already cursing. It has its purpose. But anyway, what we do here, we talk about spirituality. We talk about spiritual shit, right? So this video here is going to be about love. But this video can also be tied up to the New Age video that I did to the video that I did on New Age, and also I recently posted a video too on another step that you need to know on your spiritual path, which is suffering. It could be tied up to that too. But we're not here to talk about it. So, but anyway, to get back to a little bit of the New Age, because I think it tied up a little more to it. The New Age always talk about love too. Oh my God, love. Change the world is love. And there's a lot of shit that comes from that. In spirituality, love is different. And I want you to understand this. And also, maybe I should have had that too. Your meaning of love is going to be different. In spirituality, we're not talking about the lovey-dovey love, where it's all sweet. Come here, sweetie, and get a kiss. You know what I'm saying? Loved one right here. Mwah. Or French kiss, nigga. Mwah, mwah. No, bitch. It doesn't work that way. The love that New Age is projecting or talking about, it's cool. I ain't got nothing against it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then you may need it. But the true love in spirituality, or when we talk about love, it's tough love, baby. It's tough love. And that's why this love that they're talking about doesn't work. And imagine too, if that love were to work, yeah, I get it. People would have a better understanding. People wouldn't be afraid. But you ever think about the whole world would fucking collapse too? The yin and yang, all of that comes with hate and love. So you need that to balance the universe. But for you to understand, there has to be misunderstanding, right? Or what are you understanding from? To become smart, I mean, I'm not saying you got to be stupid, but there has to be an opposite of that, which is, as we now know, when you're into spirituality, it's the same thing, but it varies in different degree. But nevertheless, that's where the perfection lies. So when us in spirituality or true spirituality talk about love, it's not the lovey-dovey. It's not holding hands. It's none of that shit. It's tough love. It's the type of love that when you have your son, your daughter, or a kid who's crawling, learning how to walk, you gotta let him fall. That kind of love. Start crying, oh no, but were you good? Everything's gonna work out good. That kind of love. That's what true spirituality is. That's that type of love. And that can also tie it up to the old video the video that I recently had too, as far as suffering. Why do most spiritual people suffer? It's love. Now, here you are, and I know for me, I struggle with a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I understand the true meaning of love too, and having true compassion, right? So here you are becoming spiritual. Your vibration has been risen, or rising, whatever the fuck, nigga, I'm Haitian, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or had been enhanced, right? So now people are looking at you differently. And you're not going to be able to connect with those people in the same level anymore. And guess what's going to follow now? There's going to be some hate coming at it, coming through you, or coming at you, right? There's going to be some hate coming to you. Oh, it's coming. Oh, you're going to suffer, nigga. You know, but yet again, it's to have that attitude where you'll be like, you still have to forgive them. In other words, okay, I always do that in my video because I forgot to do this here. I'm gonna do it right now, just in case if you're just now tuning in to me, you know, just so you know, when I refer to Jesus, I'm not talking about the biblical Jesus. In a way, I am, but I'm talking about the spiritual side of it. It's not the physical Jesus, but the spiritual side. In other words, my philosophy of Jesus is that I am Jesus, you are Jesus, everybody's a lot of Jesuses out here, niggas. And niggerettes. Okay. So what we're talking about here, we're talking about a higher consciousness. So again, in Jesus' death, during his crucifixion on the fucking cross, you still forgive these niggas. And that forgiveness, as they hurting you, that's the love. That's the true compassion. Oh, that's not easy at all. It's tough love. Only because it's not because you're a fucking saint, a fucking saint and shit. I'm not a saint. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being a saint like, you know, like, oh, lovey-dovey or to forgive. No, it comes from a understanding. It comes from me being born again, understanding this life, which is what? You know better, you do better. And I've seen that and I've struggled with that even with my own family, with my mom. Perfect example. I had to forgive the bitch because I know that she doesn't know any better. Not because they hate you, because those same people, if you are in trouble, or maybe they were willing to help you, now they don't understand you anymore, they wouldn't help you the same. But not because they hate you, or maybe they thinking you lost. Your vibration is off to them. And I also believe that I did mention that, and I believe it's worth mentioning again. It's not about being a saint because, you know, but the spiritual man becomes those virtues. That's why I don't associate myself with those virtues. That's why when I hear a motherfucker talking about morality, I mean, it's not so something bad that he's doing, but it's like, okay, there's something off here. Because the love, the honesty, the true compassion that you have, it's something that you just do. The divine connection. And I can give you a perfect example too. And I've seen, in fact, there's a nigga called Brother Panic. And that was the most divine shit I have ever seen in my fucking life. And that's the type of shit I would do too. Because that's the life that I'm living. Now, he had a show where there was a gay guy. I think his name is probably Horace Grant. Not Horace Grant, I'm tripping. That's the fucking bulls. But fucking Grant, some shit Grant, right? So this nigga was fucking gay, or is gay, not was, still gay. But he was invited in the show. See, like true spirituality, all the shit that people are saying, we are all people, we are all the same, all that shit. This nigga did that shit while he's talking about fuck humanity. Because what he was showing there is that his connection with this dude was not physical connection, obviously. And he was not promoting fucking homosexuality either. But the connection is a divine connection. We're connected spiritually. So I was using this example again to tie it up to the virtue But again, we're here to talk about fucking tough love. So the love, the lovey-dovey, the whole new age is talking about, to change humanity will change and all of that shit. It's cool. It sounds good, but it's not the true love that you go through in your spiritual path. It's tough love. Just like when I just used that perfect example, knowing that, sometimes you got to walk out on a nigga. That's tough love. Not the spirit, not the church love that they're talking about. Oh, you got to stick it out. No. No, 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 no. You got to let adversity teach a nigga too. You can counsel them, but you got to let that adversity do what it does. That's how you truly love them. That's how you do them a favor. You got to let them fall. What does Jesus say? Let the dead bury the dead. That wasn't no fucking hate. That was true fucking love. The true love in spirituality is tough love. It's being hated on, and yet you're forgiving the nigga. Only because only if he knew better, he wouldn't do that. Because you know better, you do better. Energetically. I'm not talking about, some people may know the difference between right or wrong, but do they really? How do you know it and you don't do it? I guess that could be up for debate. But in my perspective, knowing something, you do it. Or there's different levels of knowing something. Even a nigga that drink, a nigga that smoke, I mean, yeah, he hears that he's gonna die smoking. But how much does he really know it though? Or does he even give a fuck too? So many different ways you could go about this. But the bottom line I'm saying here, spiritual love, true love, is tough love. It's hurtful. And yet you got to forgive the motherfucker. And that's the whole ideology behind sacrifice. You sacrifice yourself, your ego, for somebody else. That's where the whole Jesus thing comes in. Again, it's all spiritual. Nothing to do with the physical. That's how God, which is the universe, what you don't see, sacrifices only son. What, you don't think he's being hurt too? And that's what spirituality is. Every single one of us going through the spirituality, we will sacrifice this body for Christ or for the higher understanding. Oh, it's tough love, baby. That can also tie it up to the suffering that I was talking about. And one of my, and what you need to understand as you get on your spiritual path. It's tough love, baby. You got to buckle up. Because your ego will be suffering, but yet spiritually, you have more compassion. It's tough love, man. So it's not all the lovey-dovey, holding hands, kisses, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. And especially the church and the new age, they have a way of painting the picture of, you know what I'm saying, everything that is good. Right? Like, people always associate God with, they never talk about somebody that got killed. Isn't that part of God too? In the Bible, God says he does everything. He's responsible for everything. Right? But when something bad happened, it's not God. I don't know. I'll let you think about that one. And even if you were to say Satan, but God allowed it. So ultimately, it's God. Because Satan would be able to do the things that he's doing, and I'm being on your niggas level, without God's permission. So God, however you want to put it, is involved here. You know what I'm saying? Shit. This nigga's involved, good or bad. But yet, everything that is bad, we tend to reject it, but we just looking for everything that's good. And that's also the whole meaning about niggas talking about being a light worker or dissociating themselves with the darkness, whereas they're all one. I mean, I never understand the understanding of, or maybe that's just the Haitian part of me, not having your cake and want to eat it too. I don't get it. But in so many ways, but what I do understand is you can't have something both ways. I mean, that's what this is reflecting, because you can have your cake and eat it too. So I don't know. But anyway, but having things both ways in the sense of you can't serve God and the devil at the same time. And by that is you cannot be in the spirit and worshiping. You cannot worship the spirit or feeding your mind and worshiping materials. Now understand you use it because it was never about the material in the first place. When you become spiritual, it's like people are saying, I'm not saying here in no shape and form, like if you are spiritual, and I'm using this example because niggas don't understand that shit. Like you shouldn't be having money. That's not what this is. What we're talking about here is your attachment to money. So when we talk about material, we all use it, but it's what you're using it for, or how you're using it, your whole fucking interpretation of it. That's what separates the spiritual men from the material men. That's what makes me in the world but not of the world. Shit, nigga, I got a nice whip. I got a nice car, nigga. Nigga, we're living good over here. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have money too. Why the fuck not? But what we're saying here is the attachment of money. Even in the physical world, it is a fucking illusion, because looking for money, you're not going to get money by looking for money. What are you giving? Even when I hear the rappers say, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? We out here chasing this money and all that shit. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you can't chase the money without your music. I don't give a fuck about what Lil Wayne is saying. If this nigga's not hot, he's not going to be making the money that he's making. So where is his fucking money? His fucking brain is his money. You are your money. When you don't know it, you trade your time for it. Anyway, I don't even fucking know why I'm talking about this. But I guess the reason why I'm talking about this, yes, that's what it was. This is not to dissociate when I'm saying you cannot serve two masters. This is not to make a difference between, well, it is to make a difference between the spiritual world and the material world, but they go hand in hand. It's for understanding purposes. And what I was also referring to is the attachment of it. But to get back to our conversation, the love of God, having love is tough love, man. It's not the lovey dovey. Doesn't happen that way. It's not true any fucking way. It sounds good. I know the fucking new age is promoting the hell out of that. You know what I'm saying? And I even believe Bobby Hemmett did talk about that too. I mean, obviously, I'm saying it in a different light, but we're talking about the same thing. Because I believe the way he said it was, you know what I'm saying? This nigga's funny too. You know what I'm saying? In fact, he was talking about what's that nigga name, man? It's this Indian nigga. Deep Chokra, you know, some shit like that. You know, I do have some of that nigga's book too. The essence of everything is love. Love, 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 love. So he was saying, but you need anger too, motherfucker. You gotta be angry about certain shit. And in that same instance, right? Didn't Jesus went into the fucking temple? Nah, goddamn, nigga, I'm speaking. That's what we're doing over here, any fucking way. Then Jesus went and chased this motherfuckers out the temple, right? Again, I'm using Jesus here, not in a physical sense, but in other words, that symbolizes that was a reference of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate the New Age movement, but the bitch assness of it, you know, the fake, you know what I'm saying? The bitch ass niggas that I could say, but it's not out of hate, but it's more like the fakes. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's understanding that they're not the real deal. But anyway, so I was talking about Bobby Hammond mentioning that, but the bottom line of what we're talking about here is the same thing. Now, you got to understand, love is the foundation of everything. Not in the sense of holding hands, not in the sense of romance, not in the sense of lovey-dovey, everything is good, not in that sense. Being the foundation, the love that they're talking about, because as Brother Panic mentioned, and which is true. So you have two major foundation forces that people act from, right? You have either fear or you have love. Fear, more like being on the survival mode. You know, you're getting this job, you gotta survive, you gotta eat, you gotta do this, you know what I'm saying? Versus love, whereas, and even that, and I'm gonna show you this tough love too. Even that, now, when you find something you love, every nigga knows that. Joseph Campbell talks about that. Follow your bliss. Is it gonna be easy? I'm waiting. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna fall. You're not gonna make money. People are gonna tell you, motherfucker, you need to get a job. Nigga trying to pursue their music career. That's just the way it is. Even on that level. But I guess the fear, the love that I was referring to, in the sense of truly something that liberates you, right? Something that you're really passionate about. You know, something that you're not doing it because, or the only because that why you're doing it is just because you love that shit. Why do I choose to be a musician? Nigga, I just love music. Do you see what I'm saying? Not trying to just get a record deal. Of course, I mean, that's going to be part of it. I mean, I get it. I mean, you make a living out of it. But just because of that. Not for surviving, not because of other bullshit, but just because of just that. And as you embrace that, guess what's going to happen? The suffering's going to come along with it, baby. There's no way. It's tough love, man. True spiritual love is tough love, baby. I'm not going to hold you too much. There's so many different things that we could talk about, even using the Jesus example at the cross. You got to forgive him. You know what I'm saying? And the cross, too. It's you, your body. You know what I'm saying? And the true purpose behind this love is how you honor the spirit inside of you. You're honoring spirit by doing so. You feel me? So Again, so that could tie it up to the fucking new age shit that's talking about the love, the love, the love. And even that love in itself, if you truly, if everybody was in that love, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck would happen to karma? You ever think about that? Would there be any justice? Why would you need justice then? And I'm not referring to the fake justice system as far as the Constitution, the law, because that's fake justice. You know what I'm saying? It's fake justice. And it's right in front of us too. The law that you have to follow is the same law, you know what I'm saying? Like the law that some of you motherfuckers are fighting for, it's the same law that made it legal for you to be a slave. Just saying. Just saying. So when you're fighting for the Constitution, what the fuck are you fighting for? I'll wait. What are you truly fighting for? There's no justice. You know what I'm saying? It's just the system is the laws are in place for the system. It's to maintain the system. Every constitution, every law, system, everything, it's not for you to be better, and it's not for changes. It's to maintain. That's what the school institution does. That's what the prison does. That's why, you know what I'm saying, even in the law, people do change. Why would a prisoner, after, you know, serving his sentence, can't really find a job or is not accepted in fucking society? Wasn't that the justice serving time was supposed to be for? What, wasn't that the purpose for it? Or better yet, shit, I have a lot of my niggas, some of my niggas that got deported, you know what I'm saying, for selling weed, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. Isn't that shit becoming legal now? Hmm? Huh? So, and these niggas served time, then got deported on top of it. Hmm? So, when the justice that I'm referring to, it's not that fake justice system. I'm talking about justice in the sense of transcending. That's what the true justice is. Knowing who you are. That's when you come out of your karmic debt. That's when you come out of the cycle of times. That's when you pretty much change everything. That's true justice. Or another way of looking at it too, cause and effect. Right? So karma, as it is, right? Cause and effect, however the fuck you want to call it. I mean, I call it cause and effect. It's like justice simply, this is what justice is. You plant a seed and the seed grows. That's all it is. And if you plant a mango tree, you're not gonna get a fucking avocado tree. That's justice, motherfucker. That's justice for your ass. So whatever you do, you'll see it. You do it to yourself. That's justice. That's my art. And that's true balance. That's true justice. Now you want to change the outcome, you change yourself. And that's gonna happen. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. But what I truly want to talk about is true love. It's tough love, especially in spirituality. It's tough love. It's pretty much as you become conscious, you know, like I said, you know, the true compassion is gonna come from even forgiving somebody. You don't even do it for them. You do it for you because you know this energy is holding you down. That's why your heart has to be as light as a feather. Shit, mine is the shit. I'm lighter than a feather, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I've become one with it. That's the purpose. I am the Christ. You know, not everybody, you know what I'm saying? When we say God, peace to the God, when you actualize. When I say namaste to a nigga, I acknowledge the God in you, but that doesn't make you a God. You got to actualize it. So namaste means the God in me, I acknowledge the God that is in me and you. Because that's what we become. Once you become spiritual, you got that cosmic view. So, with that being said, you acknowledge it. Like a perfect example, you don't think Jay-Z has a spirit in him? Better yet, shit, I'll put it to you even better. You don't think Cardi B, the WAP shit, or that you don't think you don't see spirit in her? If you don't see it, maybe you don't have the eyes for it. But she does have spirit in her. The only difference is the spirit is not actualized in her. But it's definitely there. That's the spirit in everything, in plant and water. That's why us in our culture, African voodoo and all that shit, we see spirit in everything. In other words, we see energy in everything. That's what it means. When the nigga is not worshiping the river, but the spirit of the river, the energy that goes in the river. Guess what you call it? Oshun, nigga. You know, because voodoo, part of what voodoo does is that, and that's why we have Loi, right? So we pretty much, why the fuck am I talking about this anyway? I was talking about tough love, but I guess somebody needed to hear that, or the spirit is making me talking about it, whatever the fuck. But the bottom line is the purpose behind it is to break it down of all of those different type of energy. They're all the same, but by you breaking it down, it helps you to manage it better. Like you have a stove, you have the computer, you have the fucking microwave. All of that shit is ran by one shit, which is fucking electricity. But we have those different names just so we could identify the computer. So we could identify the microwave. We could identify a stove. And they're all used differently for different purposes too. That's why you would use Oshun for this. That's why you use Ogu for this. That's why you do this and that for this. I'm telling you, man, you got to get all that knowledge, man. Feed your mind, baby. Get your food, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you got to eat, dog. You got to feed your mind. But anyway, I digress because so many different shit. I want some bullshit too anyway. I may do another video too, depending on how I'm feeling or how the spirit get to me. But the bottom line is, I want to talk about true love, spiritual love. It's not lovey-dovey. It's not holding hands. It's not romance. It's not French kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's not, oh my God, my daughter's sick or is dying. Like it's not part of life. You know what I'm saying? Because the church is, you know, or the new age, the way they identify love is everything that is good and everything that is bad is not it. You know, true spiritual love. And if you walk in that spiritual love, it's solitude, it's suffering, it's tough fucking love. Buckle up, niggas. And yet you still have to forgive the motherfucker. And not having in a sense of, okay, they say I have to forgive him, you have to forgive him. But it's coming from an understanding. You know better. Because you know the only reason why they're doing that is their ego. Until you start living that, you will not understand it. Why would I project myself? It's like do you see what I'm saying? You don't forgive people for them or because it sounds good to do. You do, if you understand it, you do it for you. And that's true fucking pure essence love. Tough love, baby. And that's just one aspect of it. There are so many different avenues that we could use this example here to show you that it is all tough love. And that's what true spirituality is. Even me not trying to impose myself on somebody else, that's true love too. Tough love, nigga. I know you don't understand what you're saying, but nigga, you'll get it in time. You know what I'm saying? It's like fine wine, you'll get it in time if you're supposed to get it. So how am I gonna judge you? It's all tough love, man. You know, in the beginning for me, I used to refrain myself from saying such and such is stupid. I get it. It was my process. Now, I understand, dog. Yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got it. All right, baby. You know what I'm saying? And that's what wise people do, a wise man. You know what I'm saying? You become that knowledge. So it's tough love, man. So again, I think I'm going to associate this video with the new age and the love part of it, or maybe the church, you know, because it all tied up to it. It's not lovey-dovey, people. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? The true love is tough love. It's to acknowledge the other people, the other person, and to truly respect people too. How do I respect you, truly respect you, if I'm imposing myself on you? Nah, that's me projecting my fears onto you. That's all it is. But true love is understand, yo. It's like talking to a baby, man. Like, you're gonna try to break calculus to a fucking baby, man? Like, my daughter's 7 years old. Like, why can't you understand this? I'm gonna break down, you know what I'm saying, having a debate or trying to break down calculus to her. The nigga's only 7 years old. Sure. And even if the nigga was even older too, that may not be his thing or her thing, or in this example. So the bottom line here is that that love that people are talking about, especially the Christians or whoever is talking or spirituality, is tough love. It's not lovey-dovey, baby. I wish it was. Seems like in my previous video I was talking about suffering, and now I'm giving you tough love. I'm having a tough day, I guess. Oh, this is a mean day. You heard? We're mean. But this is also out of tough love too. It's nothing but love, baby. Nothing but love. True love too. You know, it's allowing your kids to make mistakes, man, because that's what's really gonna shape them. I mean, we're not saying not to counsel them now. No, no, you give them, you know what I'm saying? In fact, you counseling them is gonna help them too, because you planted that seed in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, my dad gave me a lot of jewels, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That some of the jewels that I'm picking up now. Picking up right now, well, not right the second, but I'm saying like fucking a couple days ago. I'm like, damn, that's what this nigga was talking about? Okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we're not talking about, you know what I'm saying, but the tough love part is not only to allow it, but also to accept it and to facilitate it too. Because that's the only way they're gonna learn or you're gonna learn too. Even if you were to use yourself as a fucking example. The light is in the darkness. You know, you got to embrace both. But anyway, but the true love that we're talking about, once again, in spirituality, it's not what you've been taught that it is. It's tough love, man. Do you see what I'm saying? Even okay, I'm on some Jesus sitting today. Even what difference would it make if you forgive a friend? I don't know. There was some shit that Jesus was saying. Love your enemies. There you go. You know, even your enemies love their kids, but the way he was saying it, I mean, it kind of looked like, because he didn't really talk about the understanding part of it. Because, but you also got to keep in mind everything, the whole, you know, I think I got to do a breakdown on that fucking sermon. Or what is it? Was it not? I can't recall the mountain that he was, this mountain that he was on. The sermon. That shit is a lot of Jews. Blessed are the persecuted. A lot of Jews. It's all fucking spiritual. All spiritual shit. You know, it's turning the other cheek. I see a lot of people don't get it. They talking about being a weak or weaknesses. It has nothing to do with that. And I think I already broke that down too. That it's the same thing as life gives you lemon. What you do? You make lemonade. In other words, this is saying when you're being confronted by certain things, you turn the other cheek by looking at it in a different view. That's what that is. You know, let's say if you lose a job, look at the spiritual side of it. You don't have money to pay your rent. Well, what's the spiritual side of it? There's always going to be a spiritual side of it. Always, 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 always. You may not see it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're saying there's a lesson in everything. But if you turn your spiritual side to it, and I got to make a video too, and that's what's going to help you with the suffering, because I talked about, you know, things that you need to know as you're going to get in your spiritual path. You will be suffering. You will be suffering. But now the way you're gonna define or give meaning to your suffering is by having the heart knowledge, by turning the other cheek. That's when you give meaning to your why do we fall in Batman? So we know how to get up. That's the flipping, that's the other cheek. That's you flipping the other side. So all that shit is all fucking spiritual. It's not being weak. You know what I'm saying? It's not standing, it's not what people are saying. You're not standing up for yourself. It ain't the white man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They do something for you to accept. That shit right there is purely spiritual. And the part that the white man, just so you know, is using the Bible for is to let you know that he is God. So every time you worship him as the way you worshiping him, when you're looking for justice, who do you ask for justice? The white man. You worshiping him. When you're looking, so the Bible in that sense is working, and you're doing it, motherfucker, without you even knowing. When you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, fuck the Bible in that sense. You don't even get it. The image, the psychological war, you niggas don't even get that. That's where the shit is being manifested. When you're looking for justice, when you're trying to be like the white man, everything that he does, you're trying to do that. You're trying to compete with them. That's how you worship him. Because you wouldn't want to compete with nothing that you don't see as being great, as being good. So that's his association with Jesus. If you should, or if you have to understand that you're not understanding. So again, to get back to the Bible, I mean, I think I'm gonna have to break that shit down too, because there's a lot of tools in Jada Pinkett voice. So good, so good. A lot of Jews, a lot of Jews in it. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Blessed are the persecuted. That what was that saying is just like when he used the parable about the rich man, right? Because when you're happy in a dream, you don't want to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine having $1 million right now? What would you say about the whole spirituality shit? You know what I'm saying? God damn, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Yacht and shit. You drinking whatever the fuck you want. So blessed are the persecuted in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of because it helps you to see things a little bit better. Everybody knows that. With an empty pocket, man, nigga, you get to see things a lot better. Hmm. With a pocket full, you're spending money from right to left. Shit, I've been there. But an empty pocket straightened me out though. So now when I got money, I use it differently. But all of that came from not having money or for a certain period of time. So all that shit is blessed are the persecuted because you get to see things different. There was another thing about the needle that he talked about, how easier it would be for somebody, for how difficult it is for the rich man to get into the kingdom of God. And that again is referring to because you're having a good ass dream down here, man. You don't want to wake up. You know what I'm saying? You want to wake up. Isn't it the purpose of everybody living on earth, man? Everybody wants to be rich, man. Again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. That's not the point here. And I think I had already broke that down. Maybe I may have to break it down again. I'm not saying spirituality and money don't go together. That's not what I'm saying at all. But we're talking about people that are chasing money, their attachment to money. In fact, when you're spiritual, you're abundant. You become abundant. And of course, this shit's gonna come to you, man. You don't even have to ask. And that's the low vibration because you raise your voice, your vibration to a certain level. You don't even have to ask. All the great opportunities, all this shit, because as you raise your vibration, is one thing I learned. You're going to find all those smart people, all of these things that would help you to get to the next level as you raise your own vibration. It's going to happen. Just like when you attracted them hoes, nigga, them dumbass bitches, for lack of better terms. We're talking about energy here. We're not trying to, belittle anybody. But, for learning purposes, just so you get my point, you did that shit automatically. Automatically, right? You aren't trying to manifest like a dumb bitch. You were surrounded by them bitches. You know what I'm saying? From right to left. You left one, go to the next. I went through it. And the next, and the next, and the next, and the other. That shit automatically. You know what I'm saying? So the new age is telling you, even the manifestation now, you got to focus on the positive thing, but it's not teaching you how you have to become that. And that's why it's fake. And again, Jesus talked about that too. If you have a hole in this shirt, I'm not going to buy a new shirt, take the cloth out of it to patch this one up. No, nigga, I'm just getting a new one. Just get a new shirt, dog. In other words, skip the whole fucking new age, become spiritual. And there's nothing about the new age anyway, because just like Brother Panic said, how do you use old information and calling it new age? But I get it. I know what they're doing by calling that shit new age. Not only they're trying to make you feel like this is something new. That's not it. Obviously, if you look at The Secret, Why is it New Age anyway? They telling you the secret. This is what the wise people they knew all along. A lot of old people knew. So it could be the secret, but there's nothing New Age about it. Or maybe they didn't. It was a secret because they didn't have to say it, knowing that once you're on that level, everything will come to you. Ever think about that? Do you see what I'm saying? So this shit's crazy. And I've seen people. I know a girl. Oh my god, who went and got what do you call those things? She did ceremonial ritual initiation. That's what it was. But the bitch is still stupid. Because I didn't know anything about the Baba shit and all that shit. She was putting me on that shit, you know what I'm saying? She got her Baba and all that shit. I'm like, yeah, you did that? Her ritual initiation and still don't get nothing about spirituality. Because you know why? Again, they're using a new garment and trying to patch it up using a, you know what I'm saying? Take out a piece of the new garment to put it into the old garment. What are you doing? And that's what the church does too when they talk about, you know, them becoming being born again. They're not born again. There's nothing born again about them at all they're doing is fucking negation. They used to do this, they don't do that anymore. There's nothing new about that. Well, not as far as, I mean, I could see maybe you said, you know, you used to drink, you don't drink anymore. Okay, I get it. But we're talking about a change, a state of mind here, spirituality, a way of seeing things, the true work, being on that spiritual level. That's what we're talking about, truly. And that's how you're being born again. But anyway, I digress. So we were talking about love. So true love, man, it's tough love, baby. Buckle up. You feel me? You know, I wish, you know, it seems like, what's today's date? I don't know. It's like I've been hitting you back to back. Like, even in the suffer too, it's beautiful too, just so you know. Like, because I'm not trying to paint this picture like it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Going through the dark night of the soul, it's beautiful. Beautiful. If you could, you know, it's ending that cycle, man. You know what I'm saying? It's shedding off your skin. Oh, you gotta take pleasure in suffering, baby, because that's when the jewels are. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in the mud, baby. Get in the mud. That's that tough love, nigga. Hmm? Oh, you better learn how to love that shit. Learn how to love the suffer because it's tough love. That's when the growth is. The growth lies in it. How you think I'm so good looking? Hmm? Can you see the marks? Can you see the fucking? You know that's why I love the Passion of the Christ. You know the slow motion and Jesus when they were whipping that nigga's ass. You know what I'm saying? Can you see the marks on me, nigga? The light goes through the wounds, man. That's why I'm good looking. Fuck you talking about? It goes there. It goes through there. And that's how you rise, man. Okay. Okay. All right. So love the pain because the elevation is it's in it. Be patient. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? So that message could also be for those of you who are going through the dark night of the soul, you know, because the fucking depression and all that shit. Embrace it, man. The more you embrace it, the more you get out of it. But it's a process. You don't have to hear it from me. I'm just telling you what I learned, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's that tough love, man. It's like you feel like everything's working against you. But don't worry, though. There's a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? And you've been giving fucking not shots, but you've been given hints of why it's working out for you. Then you see like that. That's where I was able to connect the dots for me. And that's when I'm like, oh man, okay, give me more, niggas, give me more. I was able to connect the dots by understanding, okay, if I'm learning from my mistakes or all of those shit that's happening to me, if it's making me better, how bad is that shit? But then, just like in that movie, my body feel pains. Then I see it's the ego trying to, the suffering. It wasn't my spirit. Just like when I give you that car accident fucking example, you are not your body. If you break your leg, you don't break your mind. There's not a part of your mind that's broken, like you can't speak anymore. No, that's why you are not your body. It's still the same you, just like when a motherfucker's getting old. The older you get, that's why your body's getting older, not you. What do you see niggas are doing? You know what I'm saying, man? Fuck that shit. I'm gonna enjoy my life. I'm gonna do the same shit that I used to love. And nigga, enjoy your life. But your body gets older. That's part of the cycle. And you want to grow your mind too, just so you know. Because that's what retarded is. Retardation is motherfucker like, it's not the nigga. Nah. 95% of niggas are retarded. Because they don't grow in time. They don't grow with time. It's like you could see a motherfucker that's 40 years old, but his mentality is like a 15, 16-year-old. Due to pain that he's holding on to or she's holding on to, hasn't purged itself, not dancing with his shadow, haven't done the shadow work, all that shit is holding you down. So you're still that 60, 15-year-old, person in a body of a fucking 50-year-old. Because you have not grown mentally. And that's true retardation. That's what retarded is. To be honest, it ain't the motherfucker that, or ADD type of motherfucker. Nah. It's 95% of you motherfuckers that are retarded. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was talking to my man. It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is insanity. Every 4 years since the time I came in the States, every 4 years, every 8 years, you, the people, have to save America. Your vote matters. You gotta vote. You're gonna change it. You have to change it. Isn't that insane? When do you say, whoa, 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 wait the fuck up? It's all a fucking illusion. When do you say that? That's retardation too. You're going through the shit over and over, and you keep doing the same shit over and over. And every time they do it, every time it's the same shit. And Dr. Umar Johnson, man, that nigga said some of the realest shit, because every now and then I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because, being in his, how can I say this? Being in his political or racial fights that he's the leader of, you know what I'm saying? Certain jewels that, I wouldn't expect a nigga like him to say. That would be more of what a spiritual person would say. And I'm like, this nigga got my fucking attention. This nigga said some shit. I'm like, oh my motherfucking God. It's like the greatest shit you could do is to save your vote, not to vote for anybody. But that shit makes sense as fuck. Well, to me. All right, people are talking about the whole police brutality shit. Wasn't Trayvon Martin killed when Obama was president? Don't quote me on that. I may be wrong because I don't follow those type of events that way because I don't give a fuck. In that, again, I'm a traveler here, right? So this is another way of saying, and this is Jesus even talk about that too. Like you don't even understand what you're looking at. How can you understand the spirit world? But it's a vicious cycle though. Once you're in the spirit world, that's when you'll be able to understand what's in front of you. Because as long as you are in the game, you will always be part of the game. That's why you got to remove yourself from the game to understand what's going on. And that's what spirituality does for you. That's when it gives you that 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 bird eye view. That's when you're flying and now you're able to see what's underneath you. But I get it. You go back in that same pattern, in that same cycle, only because your vibration has not risen. That's why it's important. You cannot do your shadow work if you don't raise your vibration first. And just by raising your vibration, then you're gonna find out a lot of shit about yourself. Oh my God, I'm so insecure, my low self-esteem. But you gotta raise your vibration first, right? So he did say that shit. Like I don't remember like to get back to Dr. Umar Johnson or Umar Johnson or I call himself Doctor whatever the fuck. Who I don't give a fuck. But but that part when he was saying, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but the part that he didn't talk about, I'm not sure if that's what it was. But when Obama was president, did he do anything for police brutality? Was there a law that was passed? Was there anything at all? I'm asking, just asking. I don't think I heard anything like that. But it was the best black president, right? Well, I shouldn't say the best black president because you didn't have other black presidents. Even though there's some shit that says there was a black president, the first president. Anyway, that's other shit. But as far as we know in this era, the only black president, how come he didn't do anything for police brutality? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, and the idea of you having to vote for the lesser evil, that's fucking insane. That's like saying, I would rather drink. Would you rather, okay, if you have spoiled milk and you have a rotten bread, would you rather eat the rotten bread? I mean, how about none of it? Do you see what I'm saying? Like choosing the lesser. Jesus Christ. I don't get that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a rotten fruit. Let's just say a rotten, I don't know, apple. You would rather eat the rotten, like that's less rotten than the other? Damn. Yo, that's tough. Even by me saying it, it's like, damn, nigga, like, I don't know. I hope that makes sense to you, but for me, that's how I'm looking at it. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but the reason why I wanted to touch on that a little bit is just again to reflect the illusion that people are going on. I mean, are not seeing or was that the reason why I was talking about this shit? I don't even fucking know. Yeah. But anyway, the purpose was it was just for you to oh yeah, because That's gonna be on the next video. I'm gonna do another one. I'm on some bullshit today. It must be the orange shirt, nigga. But anyway, we're gonna leave it at that. When we talk about love, we're talking about tough love. This part here is gonna be another part of the New Age because, or the church, because often when they refer to love, it's always lovey-dovey, it's holding hands, it's kisses, it's all gravy and all that shit. And in true spirituality, when we talk about love, the true love is fucking tough love. It's painful. It's um, it's honoring the spirit. It's sacrifices. That's what it is. So that can also go with some of the things that you need to know as you're getting on your spiritual path, because it has nothing to do with romance, has nothing to do with lovey-dovey, with pleasing others. It's none of that. Because you understand when you truly love somebody, you don't please them. To help somebody, that's why they would fall. You know, it's different perspective. You learn through your trials and errors. Now that's tough love. If you want to look at it as okay, this is how God teaches you. And that's why you got to find meanings in your. Well, wasn't Job? Did God allow Satan to fucking did what the fucking did to him? See, all that shit is spiritual. If you're looking at it by the letters, again, you're gonna look at it. God is fucked up and all that shit, and all that shit has nothing to do with none of that. But the true spiritual life, true spirituality, true love has to do is tough love, baby. Buckle up. Okay? So fuck the new age, or I mean not fuck it in the sense of like I have an issue, but fuck them. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Don't don't be the fucking imitator. Don't be a copycat. Be the real shit. Like my man Panic said, don't be a side hoe. Be the one. I mean, if there's gonna be another hoe, like I think somebody else, nigga, nah, I'm not gonna be a side nigga. You have two niggas. Now I don't give a fuck. You got another nigga. You have two niggas. I'm gonna give you flour, just like this motherfucker will give you flowers, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So don't be a side hoe. Introduce yourself that. Okay, so you are the nigga too. Well, I'm not even number two. You are the nigga. I'm the nigga too, nigga. So you want to put a number two on it? That's on you. But the bottom line is, be the real thing. Be the purpose of spirituality is to actualize it. Don't talk about it, be about it. I love you motherfuckers, man. And that's tough love, niggas. I sing, Ali.